Well, hi, my friends. Laura here, planning my day on Instagram. Thanks so much for stopping by and spending a little bit of your day with me. I'm excited to have you with me. I am also very excited today because I'm doing a collab with a sweet friend of mine on Instagram, Stephany, at Stephany Happily Plans, and both of us jumped down the rabbit hole when it came to the Hobonichi Cousin. So we decided to do a collaboration together, and each of us give you a walkthrough of the month of January. So if you're interested in seeing the uniqueness on how each of us are setting it up and using it, then stick around because we're going to show you the month, various other pages, including the weeks and the dailies in January, sharing some tips, tricks, thoughts, things we like, things we may have made a mistake in. So stick around. Alrighty, so let's get started. This is the Hobonichi Cousin for the year 2022, and I've seen several people put vellum underneath here, which looks beautiful. I've yet to do that. I think it would look great. I started off my Hobonichi Cousin. I wanted to put a photo of my husband and I, and this is a funny story. He said, "Kiss me." And I just started laughing so hard. We took the photo, and it's just a fabulous memory. I put a piece of vellum here, and this is a monthly sticker subscription from Catherine with sterling ink. I like to put a prayer to start off my year. Another piece of vellum. They're just so stunning. I could probably stick them everywhere in the planner. Here is her sticker sheet to cover up the months, though you can still see them. You see JAN and, you know, the year, but this is just to make it more aesthetically pleasing. Now this is the 12 months, and what I've decided to do is to use it as an index for my daily pages. I'll show you those in a moment. And up at the top here, I'm going to log any trips that my husband and I take, and down the bottom, I'm going to write 1 to 2 highlights from the month. So I think this is going to look real fun when it's all filled in. And then we move to the month of January. Again, you can see this is the sterling ink kit. And one of the things I like about the majority of the planner using one sticker set, there's a lot of cohesiveness to it. And it's easier on my mind when I'm looking at it. It's not a whole bunch of stuff that just discombobulates me when I'm looking at a page. Everyone's different, but that's just something that really works with me. So I'm excited about it. And really, what I tend to put into my monthly travels and trips, I do a long arrow. It would be birthdays, events, things that happened, things that we did, dinner with friends. So that's all that goes on here. And then we are moving on to the weeklies. And here is the first day of January. Now, I use my Hobonichi Cousin as a log for the year, which means I come in the day after and log the day before. So this is the actual weather for the day. This middle section is always different things that have been going on during the day. Like here, this is when we went to the Christmas cabin, so it's a diary for the entire day. And this was our drive back. So it looks different than this middle section. Normally, along the bottom, I divide up the 3 days and the 4 days, and I'll just do a diary entry, something fun that happened that week that I want to remember. So you can see that throughout the week, this is the normal format right here. The weather, different things that happened during the day, and diary along the bottom. You can see the sterling ink stickers, how they just pull it all together. And then she has these days of the week in this watercolor that are real pretty. Now, sometimes what I'll do along the left-hand side is I'll list the top 3 events of the week. But I really love how this just all comes together. You know, another thing I love is just the crinkly sound of the paper. And then here we are, still the very last week, but I didn't have enough stickers in the kit, so I decided to use 2 other sticker companies that I love. One is called Journalland. It's on Etsy, and this is Amy. And she, among other things, sells these rolls of washi, and you basically peel them right off. So you can cut them, peel them off, and then they become stickers. Now this obviously isn't this one, it's a different washi roll sticker set. And then these right here are with Paper Minty Studio, and she just has wonderful artwork, and it all has a theme on each page, so I love it. So you'll see those three in and amongst my planner. And then here I've started February. Now we're going to move on to the dailies. All right, so I like to start the month with a currently, and I'm trying to keep each one of them the same so that in February I'm answering the same questions. And I love to think of this book as, gosh, what do I wish I had of my mom or my grandmother? My grandmother since passed away. My mom is 83. Wouldn't I love to have seen what her currently was back in 1962 when I was born? What was she reading? What was she listening to? What was the television show? So when I am filling out this book, because it's a log of my year, I'm thinking 30 years from now, when my granddaughter may be reading it, or our kids may be interested in seeing this, how fun would it be for them to look back on this currently and go, oh, look what Mom was, all the trucks and cars that have been stranded on I-95 Virginia all over the news. Or Mom was reading the book Maisie. Just fun things like that. And you'll notice when I go out through the dailies that I use them in different ways. Let's move on. So I always have a check it off for the month. These are things that I want to get done. And then I want to show you the different ways that I'm using the dailies. One of them is as a diary. Now this is the first day of January, and it's our day at the Christmas cabin. Now if you move back here to my index, it's almost like January 1st, day 1 or page 1. And here is January 1st, page 1. I've indexed it because it's something other than just an everyday that I'm logging. It's about the Christmas cabin. Now when you turn the page, I made my goal list for the year 2022. Well then here I have goal list written down. And then I decided to create a page all about favorite movies we will have watched in the year 2022. Now these are a couple, and I don't want to say regular days, because personally I don't think any day is just a regular day. Every day is a gift, and it's just something to be appreciated, enjoyed. So I never want to discount it just being a regular day. But here I decided to write my prayer for the day. Along the left-hand side were things that I did throughout the day. And here is another daily. And then on the 7th, I really didn't have a day that was filled enough with different activities to fill it all out, so I decided to start a list of meal favorites. Here, again, I didn't have a lot of activities to write down, so I decided to do a list Monday through Saturday of how I plan out my different projects throughout the week, my design projects. And then here's a daily. And then I saw this on someone's Instagram feed, and that's one tip that I have to share with you is, you know how you can save photos from Instagram? Well, create a section for just your Hobonichi Cousin dailies. And when you're looking for inspiration, like, gosh, I want to do something different in my daily, or I want to make a different type list, look at what you've saved to be inspired by it. Now, her page didn't look exactly like this, but she did write vertically, and I thought that is so cool. It adds such a different perspective. So I said I want to do that. And then here I wrote up our seasonal decor plan. Here are 2 dailies, and then along the bottom I had some girlfriends over for a Hallmark Christmas movie night, and I wrote about what we ate and the movie we watched. Dailies. Here I like the way I did the light highlighter underneath and then wrote Saturday over the top. You can pick up so many cool ideas just on Instagram. Now, here I used it as a diary. It was a crazy day. It was incredibly windy. We were supposed to get snow, didn't get snow, got some flurries, but the winds were incredible. We heard a loud crash, ran outside in our pajamas, and a car had hit the back porch of the garage, the gutter, and then within 3 minutes, another tree tipped over in the front lawn. So yeah, definitely crazy. And then here on the 17th, I decided to do morning journaling. What do I do each morning? How fun would that be for my daughter to read that 30 years from now, or my granddaughter? I also like to write stories. Here is a story that my son shared about our granddaughter. It was a cold, windy day, and she was just all snuggled in his jacket. But I want to remember those moments. Here I did goals for 2022. Now, you know I had this page here in the beginning, but these are, you know, all these little goals that I have. Everything from learning how to do reels to having a family fun day question. These are the 4 main areas and what I want to focus on in each area. And we had dinner with friends here, so I wrote about that. These are some sticker quote books that I got at Hobby Lobby, and I was able to just, they add to the day. I don't really like having used such a dark highlighter here, or maybe I need to space my letters before I cursive across the top. You know, other people on their Instagrams, it looks much better. One of the things I love to do is to record a phone call. Think of the last phone call you had with your mom and dad, or your cousin, or your brother, or your sister, or your son or daughter. And what were y'all talking about? Because you know what? I'm going to turn 60 in March, and I don't remember a lot of this stuff. I wish I had kept this when I was 20 and the stories that it would tell today. So to me, this means a lot to me because I'm creating it not only for myself, but for my kids to be able to read it later. Now, this is all about the collaboration I'm doing today. I didn't have a lot of activities to write on the 26th, so I wrote the steps for the collab that Stephany and I are doing. Now, when I do a collab with someone else, I'll be able to look back on this and go, okay, that's right, I got to remember this, this, and this with it. All right. Now, this is a page I wanted to make sure I shared with you. When you know, sometimes these can be intimidating, and you may get to the 4th of February and you really didn't have a lot of activities to write down, and there's a huge blank page. We'll start a filler page list of different things that when you come to a blank day, you don't have a lot of activities, you look on here and you go, oh, I could make the birthday gift log for the year 2022. Then just check it off and leave room and add to it as you're going along. Also a shopping list. I remember those magnets for the fridge, and it would list 1962, the price of a house was, the price of a gallon of milk, and I look at it and I go, oh my gosh, seriously, 25 cents for a gallon of milk. So I wanted to start randomly, twice a month, just writing our grocery list. Not only does it give a peek into the time, but it also, like, what was usually on my grocery list? What are the things that we did buy? It clicks your memory into high gear, and you remember more of these things. And then I like to share different stories. Like, this is when Jerry and I went to 3 different estate sales, and the fun we had talking to the people, and here was the RV show, and the different comments that Jerry and I laughed about when we were riding home in the truck. And then we had a great evening by the fire pit. And then the 31st, the very last day, I wanted to share a story. My daughter-in-law will take our granddaughter daycare, and on the way she goes, Grandma, tell me a story. So I told her a story, and I wanted to write about that. But can you see how these dailies tell a story? Everything from if I wanted to diary about the day, if I wanted to share a list, if it was just how my day went on a time schedule, it's telling your story. It's telling who you are. Now, you may want to do a lot more than this black and white and a little bit of color. You may want to use a lot of stickers, but isn't that what it is? It's your story. So I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of how I'm using the Hobonichi Cousin and this walkthrough of January. And be sure to check out my friend Stephany's YouTube channel of the same thing. You are going to absolutely love her video. I will have the link in my description, and I'll have already have shown, as you saw, the thumbnail of her YouTube channel. So until we meet again in YouTube land, have an incredible day. Make it a great one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.